Hi guys, welcome back to Red Dog Gaming, where today we are showing you another brilliant online Napoleon Total War battle, and this one is the scenario of Borodino. And first things first, we're going to pause because it does get off to a little bit of a fast start, but we're going to go through the armies. Of course, these armies were not selected by the players, they are the armies the scenario gives you, which is pretty cool if you ask me. It doesn't allow you to choose what you want, you just get given what you want, which is cool, it's fine. So let's have a look at the army compositions. This battle was sent in by Carl von Clausewitz, our good friend, once again. So thank you very much to him again for sending in this fantastic online battle where we're going to see a lot of action. It's going to be good fun, and he is playing the Russian players. He is playing as the Middle France, as Napoleon, very fittingly. So let's look at this left French army. They get one 6-inch howitzer and one 6-pounder foot artillery, two of the standard French chasseurs, the light infantry, two of the glorious grenadier boys. Where are you? Here you are. Looking very nice indeed. You don't normally see them in online battles, so very nice to see them here. Grenadiers of the line. On top of that, they get three Swiss foot, which have a little bit of experience, pretty experienced unit. Very nice. And on top of that, they get one chasseur à cheval, one cuirassier, very strong claymore wielding. There it is. Claymore wielding horse regiment, and two units of the dragoons also wielding the standard claymore. So let's look at Carl's army here in the middle, and he actually starts quite spread out, if you can see. One of them a 6-inch howitzer, but he's got three of these boys. Three of these boys to try and combat their unicorns, basically. He's got two of the standard chasseurs, the light infantry. He's got one unit of the grenadiers, so another unit of the grenadiers on the battlefield, two units of the standard fusiliers of line, very nice indeed, and a glorious reserve of two units of the fantastic young guard and one unit of the glorious old guard, next to Big Napoleon himself. Not often you see him in an online battle, but here he is in this one. Fantastic. So I believe this left flank was led by Prince Eugene, and this one was led by Joachim Murat, but don't quote me on that, could be wrong. Let's have a look at this right-hand army. They have two chasseurs. They have no artillery in this right-hand army, so no artillery to fire back at the enemy with, but two chasseurs. They get three of these grenadiers, so very good in melee, the grenadiers. Very good in melee. Interesting, this grenadier regiment has the standard 120, but we did see one before with 160. If you look over here, this one has 160, so a bit of a bigger unit over there, which isn't standard in the online. The online standard is 120, so but he does get three of these boys, three of these beastly boys, and four of the Polish Legion, so another unit that's very good in melee as well. On top of that, he gets two of the standard Chevaux Légers Lancers and two of the beastly cuirassiers. Here they are, ready to fight. Very nice indeed. Well, let's look at the Russian army. So this right flank Russian army has one 20-pounder unicorn. Yes, it is here, ready to savage everyone once again. One 6-pounder horse artillery, four of the standard Russian musketeers, two of the Russian grenadiers. Where are these boys? Here they are, looking glorious. Very nice indeed. And four of the Opolsheny, that's how you say it, the Russian militia. So these guys are not great, but there's four of them, which is a lot of numbers of them. On top of that, this right Russian gets two Cossack, one Cossack cavalry, should I say, and two cuirassiers, if we can find them. Here they are. the Russian version of the cuirassier. Looking very nice. Black breastplates, very cool indeed, with the gold detailing. Now let's look at the middle Russian troops. One 12-pounder foot artillery, one 10-pounder unicorn, so another beastly unit. How many grenadiers for this central? 3 grenadiers for the central guys again. 3 absolutely beastly amount, and 2 of the Russian Jaegers, so 2 lights in the middle, plus 3 of these musketeers coming around the back, and 1 Cossack cavalry and 2 experienced dragoons. Where is that Cossack? Here he is. Lovely unit, great unit. Cossack cavalry, fantastic. And on the left-hand flank, we have the cavalry reserve led by Mikhail Kutuzov himself, legendary Russian commander. Here you have 3 Russian Jaegers, so the Russian lights again, and 4 Russian Jaegers, should I say. 5 Jaegers and 1 Grenadier. 3 of the Cossack cavalry. Here they are, ready to get into the fight. 1 Hussar, and of course Mikhail Kutuzov, who has a lot of experience just like Napoleon. Well, without further ado, guys, let's get into the Battle of Borodino and see if it turns out like it did in real life. I can't remember whether it's this or the Battle of Friedland, but oh god, those unicorns absolutely shredding as usual. But the Russian troops in one of the battles in Napoleonic Wars, basically, the Russian troops were stood to attention all night, like all night in the freezing cold, and they stood to attention all night, unwavering, which is just crazy, really, when you think about it. Absolutely crazy. As you can see, the French troops on the right flank getting ready for an assault on that right flank to try and break this flank, as the howitzer shots come raining down on this 20-pounder unicorn, because Carl just knows how good that unit is. It is absolutely ridiculously OP, guys. And as you can see, the Cossack cavalry has come forward trying to destroy the howitzers, and they do manage to get to that one, but this one is, these 2 are protected luckily still, and the cavalry is coming in for the fight. There they go. Go on, boys, fight it out. A brutal fight ensuing. Very nice. Very good indeed. So, the French have kind of got rid of 2 of those Cossack cavalries already, but for that, the Russians got rid of 1 of the howitzers, which is okay. Is that a good trade? It's a relatively decent trade, and as you can see, this army is bringing its troops across as well as its artillery to probably reinforce the centre, because the centre doesn't really have that many troops when you look at it. Some good elite troops with the guards, the young guards and the old guards, but not a massive amount of troops. Now let's go have a look on this right-hand flank over here, and the French are pushing hard against these musketeers of the Russians. And as you can see, the 6-pounder horse artillery putting down the pain on these boys, these chasseurs. Oh, but that is a great volley from the chasseurs there. And this 6-pounder should really be in canister shot. Surprised it's not quite yet. You can see this grenadier unit getting shredded. This unicorn is down to three cannons now, if not less. Surely it's less. No. The grenadier versus grenadier fight over here as well, boys, as you can see. Grenadiers getting into it with their opposite numbers, getting the first volley off. Very nice indeed. That's perfect. And the grenadiers coming up the middle here to try and strike a blow at the Russian troops. Polish Legion going against the Russian musketeers. Very nice indeed. Very good. And then around this flank we have the Polish Legion flanking as well, trying to get some shots off on the side of these musketeers. Let's see whether they manage to get it off. Come on, boys, get your shots off. You going to fire, boys, or not? I guess they're waiting for that cavalry. Those cuirassiers ready to go. In the center, the artillery duel continues with the howitzers. This howitzer did manage to come back with one. It's always worth it And as you can see, they're firing at it now, which is a great target rather than these 6-pounder howitzers. I'd much rather them shoot at my one with just a single. The 20-pounder unicorn has been reduced to nothing, obliterated, and the 6-pounder horse artillery is running away currently, which is great. So this very aggressive move by the player on the right-hand side of the French army, doing a very good job of fighting these boys. Chasseurs continuing to fire. Very nice indeed. As the Chevalier Lancers come in to fight these Grenadiers, but they are in square, so they've got to be careful. But getting rid of them and bringing these Grenadiers up to try and fire into the square while charging through to try and deal with those cannons, I believe would be the best option. Unless, yes, there they are. They're going straight through for the cannons, trying to break through these Alpenscheni, who can't form square. So remember that, they cannot form square. These chasseurs firing away, and the French flanking very effectively with their cavalry coming in behind. Now, who do they have down here? Not that much. The howitzers are still firing, trying to get rid. Oh, that was a great shot. Trying to get rid of the 12-pounder artillery. Look at it from their perspective. Looking out on the French army. Here come the shots, boys. Oh, that's a great shot. So these guys cannot move that 12-pounder artillery anymore. This Chevalier Lancer just shredding the Russians, just doing absolute bits, just doing absolute damage to them. And as you can see, they tried to bring the cuirassiers forward, getting some good volleys off the musketeers now, though, as the cuirassiers have forced the French into square. But running them across the front of the square is probably not the best decision. But here, the chasseurs à cheval are ready to fight them. There's only 20 left. The Polish Legion will be able to mop them up nicely. And as you can see, this kind of flank is secure. There is this run off into the far north. But as you can see, this French player just holding here, not really going anywhere, whereas this Russian player also having to hold. So this French player doing a vital task of holding this Russian player in place. If he manages to force troops across here, suddenly these entrances become a lot more defended than they were before. But all the action still happening on this right-hand side, and the French player has the Russian player on the run currently. Very nice moves indeed. But he still has a lot of troops, as you can see, including some very good cavalry. So, got to be careful of that. But here come the great cuirassiers, fighting into the enemy. There they go, into the Alpenscheni. Very nice. And here the Polish Legion are going to get some shots into that square as this Polish Legion comes forward to fire at those musketeers. There they go. Very nice indeed. Get reloading, boys, and get your firing off. Nice. So this is a problem sometimes. When you have a really long line, sometimes the guys on this end won't fire, but luckily they are right now. But that is a problem with having a long line sometimes. And this Grenadier trying to hold them back, but the Dragoons charging into the Musketeers at the bridge crossing, trying to force an entrance into there. And you can get across this crossing as well. So Carl can bring his Grenadiers to try and save this cuirassier, but this Dragoon doing a vital job of holding that bridge crossing while Carl brings his troops across. And as you can see, these Russian troops in full retreat right now. The French troops doing a very good job of using their cavalry to maximum effect. And you can see the Alpenscheni getting absolutely shredded. They'll still have a lot of troops, but the French guys are firing upon these cuirassiers, trying to get rid of them. But that is a good charge if he gets this off into this Polish Legion, because cuirassiers are beasts in melee. Very good in melee indeed. And it's a very strong charge from the Russian there into the Polish troops. And the Alpenscheni charging into the Polish Legion, fighting for their homeland. Their homeland will be taken by the French eventually. Well, up to Moscow anyway. So, oh, some brilliant shots coming in. That cannon is no longer a problem. And as you can see, these Grenadiers slightly caught out here, probably going for a charge, but they are just standing there. Obviously, micro error there, slight micro error. But Yeah, they just seem to be bugged out actually a little bit. I don't know what they're doing. Like, they're firing in 2 lines as well, which I've not really seen. They don't normally do that, right? But you can see the French player turning his other troops to fire into the back of these grenadiers. The French cavalry is just wreaking absolute havoc upon this Russian army. And they seem panicked right now, like in full flight, as more cavalry filters through. And he still has a lot of cavalry left as well. It's not like he's used all his cavalry. There's still a lot left, probably from both of the other armies. Yeah, it's all the cavalry from this army as well has been sent across, as well as the cavalry from Carl's been sent across. So they used all the cavalry on the right-hand flank to break the right-hand flank and come around the back, which is a very good tactic indeed. And as you can see, Grenadiers did win out, and the Grenadiers of the line are here as well, ready to push across the river to fight their counterparts, the Grenadiers from Russia. They managed to get the volley off. Here they go. Come on, boys, across the river. Charge! They're not going for a charge. They're going to try and shoot them back while the Old Guard come up behind. Very decent unit there. Here come the French cavalry, just wreaking havoc upon this Russian army. Very, very effective use of cavalry there. Putting them into square, shooting them, and also getting cavalry. This Russian still has a lot of his cavalry, so he should have really tried to probably break them back a little bit better as well. But here is Carl's unit of Grenadiers, and no, it's not. Here is Carl's unit of Chasseurs and Fusiliers of the line coming up as well.
Fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
But yes, the French player on this right flank getting absolutely into the action. And here come the Old Guard across the river, boys. Ready to go. Ready to get the firing in. And the Grenadiers are going to retreat out of the way. And the Old Guard are going to get their volley off. Let's go, boys. Fire. Wow. Shredding them. More than, like 15 destroyed in that single volley, which is a lot in Napoleon. He's got his Russian Jaegers up here firing. But as you can see, it's only like these few on this side that can actually fire. So they're not doing that much damage, unfortunately. But these Grenadiers getting shredded by the glorious Old Guard. And Napoleon has put his Old Guard into the battle early. Now, where is Napoleon? I would love to see Napoleon. Where is he?
The men are
There he
fatigued,
is.
sir,
Just
and
surveying
must
the
rest a
battlefield over here next to some Grenadiers. Yeah. Looking out into the town for some reason. Not at the battlefield. He's got a sixth sense of what's going on. It's Napoleon, right? Here come the Dragoons trying to charge into the Cuirassiers and catching them off guard. But this Chasseur unit is just here, ready to fire point blank into those Dragoons. And this Grenadier is here as well as this Polish Legion. So this Russian army fully on the run on the right flank and ready to come round and flank up here. And as you can see, Carl has pushed back these Grenadiers and brought his Grenadiers of the line up here, ready to fight these Russian Jaegers. Oof, that was close with the howitzers there. The Old Guard are here in support as well as the Young Guard on this flank. And the 6-pounder foot artillery has got nicely in position. They do have their 10-pounder Unicorn here as well, ready to fire, but there isn't that much it can do from this position. You can see the Grenadier is scaring off these Jaegers as the Old Guard move forward. I don't know why this Old Guard doesn't have a flag, whereas everyone else does. But, I mean, it doesn't matter. But it's still, it looks cool, but oh well. So here come the 6-inch howitzer shots, trying to catch out these Grenadiers as they run. And here comes the rest of the French army, sensing blood. They don't want to cross this river that's fully defended. They want to come round and fully get this flank secured, which is fantastic. But this Russian army is on the run now, all gone. And Carl can move forward with impunity, ready to fight these guys and fire them and storm across the river if he can. Very nice. Just waiting for these guys to kind of come back and help them. And you can see these two units are not able to form square. So this cavalry is really going to take advantage of that very nicely indeed. But as you can see, lots of units behind. Napoleon is getting into the battlefield now. which is fantastic. But that crumbling of the right flank is basically the death knell for the Russians. But they have this area to secure still. But it will not be enough, surely. We will see anyway, guys. We will see. These grenadiers getting shredded. Very nice. Good fighting. You can see this grenadier unit is coming through. Ready to fight. Ready to fire into the French cavalry. So they need to get out there as soon as possible. All these chasseurs coming forward now. Ready to fire upon the enemy. And here comes the old guard as they escape into this area here. But as you can see, there are still crossing points here. Is there one more here? There is one there, but you have to go all the way round that way. But no, yeah, there's just this crossing. There's this crossing point as well, so there's still more options than just this one crossing point. And these 6-inch howitzers, 6-pounder howitzers, if they move forward, which they are doing, will just shred these guys in the town.
Sir!
Completely.
Sir, our general is under attack!
No, Napoleon's under attack. How? Must have been a stray bullet. He did lose a man. It's been a stray cannon shot or a bullet. Wow. All the way back there. Jesus. Well, not a bullet, a musket ball. But as you can see, they do have their 6-pound horse artillery that is covering this crossing, which is a decent effort for them. And they do have a lot of troops covering the crossing as well. But the French players are not going to rest until the Battle of Borodino has been concluded. And the great Young Guard is going to come forward to fight these Pavlovsk Grenadiers. I missed these in the unit roster. But they are a very, very cool looking unit. Very 1700 looking unit. They are ready to fight. But here come the Young Guard. Fire, Young Guard, fire! Yes, they're firing into the Pavlovsk Grenadiers, doing some serious damage. 20 down already. Wow, that is savage. Very savage indeed. A very strong fight. And the 6-inch howitzer is raining down pain upon these guys. But as you can see, they still have their cannons firing into them here. Very nice indeed. Look at that, let's go. Pavlovsk Grenadiers, oh my days, they are down to nothing from these Young Guard assault. Wow, that is very strong, and I'm surprised, how is this Russian Jaeger not firing? And they have to retreat from the river, which is something you never want to do when you are, never want to have to do when you are defending a river crossing. But here go the Young Guard, guys. Carl's Young Guard going into the action. Ooh, 6-pounder howitzer shot going off, 6-inch howitzer. Here come the Young Guard, guys, ready to shred everyone in front of them. Very nice. And as you can see, this French player has brought some troops back to start dealing some damage from this side and really put the pain down upon these guys. I don't know, he's sending his troops over this left-hand side. But I don't... Oh, they can go up here and around. Ah, yes. Very nice. But here come the Grenadiers and the Young Guard. Young Guard going for the charge. Very nice indeed. That isn't a building you can occupy, unfortunately. The Grenadiers going for the charge as well. Come on, boys. Let's go. There the Young Guard go. Charging into the Jaegers. Doing them absolutely huge amounts of damage. Very nice indeed. As the French troops do get across this river and start to pound the musketeers across there with their superior range. Very nice. Very good. And the Young Guard keep going through that Russian Jaeger into this second unit of Russian Jaegers. So even if he wants to back this up by firing, he will be firing directly into the back of his own troops. And the French have taken this building. I'm surprised the Russian player never took these buildings as well, which is quite weird. Strange scenario not to take those buildings. But yes, here go the Young Guard. Very nice indeed, very strong. Old Guard in reserve now as well, so strongest units they can have in reserve. Did those Swiss foot manage to get across the river, or did they come back? No, they just came back because they managed to breach the river. They have come back. Oh, look at these 6-inch howitzer shots. Woof. You would not want to be on the receiving end of one of those. And the Grenadiers of the line getting some lovely shots off. It's very nice. It's nice to see them in the battle because they are never really on online battles. Look at this. Here come the Grenadiers and the Young Guard charged by the Cossacks. That is going to be a brutal, bloodthirsty fight because cavalry will generally shred infantry. But you can see this Young Guard, even though it's down to 32, it's holding out. Oh, well, just until I said that, was holding out. Now they rout. But the Grenadiers as well, there they are. They're down to 39 and they still hold out. But in reserve, we have the boys, the Old Guard, and the Fusiliers coming through as well. The Old Guard, charged by the Dragoons, do manage to get into square just in time. Just in time. So that is a decent effort nonetheless. The glorious charge through there. Oh, and look at one of his 20-pounder unicorns just killed a load of his own cavalry. Oh, some brutal shots coming down. And Napoleon himself is in the fight. Where is Napoleon? There he is. Go on, Napoleon. Hit someone. Come on, please. Do it. Nope. He just watched his staff do it, but oh well. The Fusiliers of the line and the Old Guard still in very good formation. And the Swiss Guard and the Grenadiers here as well, ready to fight. You can see, watch grenades go off. Very nice indeed. Getting some decent damage on those poor musketeers. Stuck between a rock and a hard place. Look at this, face to face with the Russian Grenadiers. Across here as the chasseurs are firing at the Pavlovsk Grenadiers who do not have the range to fire back. A bit of a micro error there, a little micro error. And you can see these Grenadiers just walking into the Swiss foot, getting ruined nonetheless. That's while this French player brings his Polish Legion around the far hand right side to do some real damage. So here go the Grenadiers. Double Grenadier into the Musketeer. It rhymes. Fantastic. Firing in, charging into the Musketeers as cannon and shell shots rain out as the Old Guard and Fusiliers of the line get firing into the side of the Musketeers. There's only going to be one winner there, isn't there? As the French troops flank these guys all the way around the right hand side, and they are stuck in between a rock and a hard place now, as you can see on the mini-map. They are fully surrounded, and we all know what happens when you get surrounded in this game, guys. You die. And it has happened to me a few times, and there's no way out. You are just dead. Unless you can break through one of the wings, but they simply do not have enough troops to do that anymore. And this is just constantly relentless fighting from the French here, just pursuing the Russians doggedly through everything. One melee charge leads to another melee charge. It's brutal, but it's great to see. Look at these Grenadiers going. This is the way to completely overwhelm the enemy. When that right flank was overwhelmed, they just carried on going and killed a lot of troops that could have been here holding out at the end and made this fight a lot harder, but they managed to kill them early by just being relentless in attack, which was brilliant to see. And the general of the Russians trying to charge this square in a vain attempt to regain his honor and glory, but no, not. And this is not as bloody as the actual real Battle of Borodino. The real Battle of Borodino, there was a lot more losses on the French side. You can see Mikhail Kutuzov, I believe, has been killed. Was it Barclay de Tolly? I don't know. It looks very much like it was Mikhail Kutuzov that was killed. Very nice. Here come the French meeting up. Now they're your friends. Don't fight them. Don't fight them, guys. That was it. Fantastic. What a brilliant, brilliant battle. Very nice indeed. And you can see Joachim Murat on the right. So it was right. It was Prince Eugene in the left flank and Joachim Murat on the right flank. But a very nice battle overall. Very nice indeed. Some good scores. Very nice. Lots of deaths and lots of kills. I just thought this was really cool because it was a scenario battle and we don't normally see them online. You can see 180 kills for the Old Guard. Very nice. Young Guard putting in work as well, but they managed to get cut to pieces by that cavalry right at the end. The 6-inch howitzer with 72, that's a decent for a artillery unit. Very nice. So fantastic. And Napoleon himself with 3 kills. Fantastic. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure as always. Please do like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps the channel out. And I'll see you again on the next video.